Hi everyone, welcome to Little Things. I'm here to help you find comfort within yourself through crocheting. Today we're making this cute little rolled cake. It really makes such a cute desk decor or an accessory for your bag. Also, I would like to announce that after 9 months of hard work, our online yarn store has finally brought to life, all thanks to you guys. Building our online yarn store was hectic, but a really fun and rewarding journey. You can finally get your milk carton yarn in lilthingsworld.com or down in the description below. Once it sells out, we'll not be restocking. We're gonna permanently replace this yarn with our 50-gram milk cotton yarn, so go get yours now. Also, let's jump into the tutorial. So the pink one is going to be the flavor and the white one is going to be the cream or the filling. So we're just going to make the flavor, which is the outer layer first. We're going to start our project by making a slip knot. So to do a slip knot, we're going to grab the end of the tail using our right hand, and with our left hand we're going to point up 2 fingers. Then we're going to grab this yarn towards the left and then kind of twist your fingers so that the yarn would wrap around your 2 finger ones. So you'll see there's a loop on the left and then a tail on the right. Then we're just gonna slide our thumb into the loop like this and then go ahead and grab the tail and then pull through the loop and then pull everything like this. And here is your slip knot. So the loop here is very big, so we're just going to pull the tail to make it a little bit smaller like this. So now I'm going to share how I hold my supplies. So this yarn, which is connected to the yarn ball, is called the working yarn. I'm just going to place my working yarn on my left hand on top of my 3 fingers here, and I'm going to go behind my index finger like this. Meanwhile, my ring finger and my pinky is going to hold onto the working yarn here. It's kind of like pointing a gun, and then with my middle finger and thumb we're just going to grab onto the piece like this, and my index finger stays very straight the whole time so that the working yarn can slide through. The way that I'm holding the hook is just how I'm writing, like this. So now let's get started with our project. First, we're gonna be making a foundation chain, which is our base, and everything just kind of built onto that. First, we're gonna insert our hook into the loop here like this, and as you can see, the loop is kind of loose still, so we're just going to pull it a little bit tighter just so it perfectly wraps around our hook. Then we're just gonna make a bunch of chains. So for this foundation chain, we're gonna chain a total of 40 chains, but when you're doing the filling, which is the white color, you're just chaining 27. First, we're gonna bring our hook behind, over, and on top of the working yarn, so like this. So once your hook has grabbed onto the working yarn, we're gonna pull it through the loop on the hook, which is this loop right here. So that would create a V, and that V is called a chain. So now we have 1 chain. We're gonna do this again. So start by yarning over, bring our hook to the back, over and on top like this. Once we've grabbed onto the working yarn, we're going to pull it through the loop on our hook, which is this loop right here. Pull it through like this. Now we've got 2 chains. Then we're going to yarn over again. Then pull it through the loop on your hook. And then let me demonstrate this again. Bring our hook to the back, over and on top, and then pull it through the loop on our hook. Then again, yarn over, bring our hook to the back, over and on top, and pull it through the loop on your hook. And if you're doing the filling, which is the white yarn, just do till 27 chains, which is shorter than what we're doing now. So now I've made 40 chains and it's around like this length here. And for the filling, just to remind you again, it's 27. So if you're making the cream part, you should have 27 chains. Then we're going to double crochet all across just like how we did for our flavored layer. This foundation chain is going to be the base of what we're going to be working on later, and essentially we're just going to put stitches on top of the chain. The stitches that we're doing is double crochet, and the double crochet has a height of 2 chains. We're going to skip the first 2 chains and insert our hook into the 3rd chain. We're going to count this is the first chain closest to our hook, which is the one right below it. The one below the first chain is the second, and the 3rd one is just the one below the second. So now I'm just going to hold on to the 3rd to kind of indicate that. Then we're just going to make our first double crochet. To make our double crochet, first we're going to start by yarning over. So bring our hook to the back, over and on top the working yarn. Basically wrap the yarn around our hook once, just like this. Then we're going to insert our hook right in the middle of the V. So just insert your hook right in the middle, and then you should be going under a loop. So see this loop here? My hook is underneath it. Then we're just going to yarn over again after we've inserted our hook. Yarn over. Basically wrap the yarn around our hook. Then we're going to pull it through the first loop on our hook. Just pull it through the chain. And now we've got 3 loops on our hook. So now we're going to yarn over again and then just pull through the first 2 loops. So yarn over. Once I've grabbed onto the working yarn, I'm going to pull it through the first 2 loops. So this one is the first and the second loop. Now I'm left with 2 loops on our hook now. So we're just going to yarn over and then pull it through the rest of the 2 loops, just like this. After the first stitch, we're going to mark it using a stitch marker. So we're going to look at your stitch on the top here, and you'll see a V sitting right on top of the double crochet. Then we're just going to slide the stitch marker underneath the V like this, and then we can go ahead and place our hook back into the loop. So congrats, here is your first double crochet, and I'm sure if you can make the first one, the whole piece would be very, very easy for you. So essentially we're just going to place 1 double crochet on each and every chain. So this is the chain that we previously did, and we're just going to move our finger towards the left, and here is our second one. Just going to yarn over and insert our hook into the next chain, and you should be going under a loop. Then we're going to yarn over, pull it through the chain, which is the first loop. Now we got 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull it through the first 2 loops. And now we're left with 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over and just pull through the rest of the 2 loops like this. And then we're going to move our finger towards the left, and here is our upcoming chain. So we're going to yarn over and then insert our hook right into the middle of the chain, and then yarn over and then pull through the chain, which is the first loop. And now we're left with 3 loops on our hook. So yarn over, pull it through the first 2 loops, and then we're left with 2 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through the rest of the 2 loops. Then move your finger towards the left again. Here is our next chain. So yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain. Should be going under a loop. Yarn over, pull through the first loop. Now we got 3 loops on our hook. yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Basically pull through 2 loops at a time, and then yarn over, pull through the rest of the 2 loops. So now let's do it again. Move our finger towards the left, and then yarn over, insert your hook into the stitch. Then again, yarn over, pull it through the first loop. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, and pull through the first 2 loops. And then we got 2 loops left on our hook, yarn over, and pull through the rest of the 2 loops. Now we've made 5 double crochet, and I'm pretty sure everybody kind of got the hang of it. So now we're just going to complete the rest of the chain, and you should have 38 double crochet in total. And I'm just gonna go ahead and finish this off. And if you're doing the filling, it's completely the same. You just have 25 double crochet, which is gonna be like around this much, but the whole process is exactly the same. I think amigurumi is so cute, but if you're a beginner and you tried making one, you'll know how frustrating it can be. When I first started, I struggled a lot. My stitches were uneven, my pieces never fit right together. Honestly, I had no idea what I was doing wrong. That's why I wish I found Craftsy earlier. Craftsy is an online community of creatives, like-minded makers, where members can find endless inspiration, advance their skill, or discover their new favorite hobby. Unlike YouTube where you get bits or pieces of information, Craftsy gives you a structured, step-by-step tutorial from actual experts, and they take time to break the pieces down properly, like how to sew the pieces together and make the stitches neat. It's this kind of in-depth teaching that would have saved me so much time in the beginning. My favorite class from Craftsy is Stacy Truck. She literally walks through every step very slowly with close-up shots. The classes are designed to walk you through everything, so you are not left confused halfway through a project. Also, recently I'm taking this class by Mary Beth Temple. I'm trying to learn different ways to create pixel grid crochet, and it's honestly so fun. And crochet is just one of the many classes that they offer. You can learn knitting, sewing, baking, cake decorating, etc., suited for all levels. If you love hands-on craft and DIY, this is honestly one of the best ways to learn. The first 1,000 people to click on my link in the description will get a full year of Craftsy Premium for just $149. That's unlimited access to thousands of classes, including crochet, amigurumi, so many more. If you're a DIY girly, join Craftsy today. And now I'm on my very last chain, so I'm just gonna finish it off here. Just doing my last one. We can kind of pull the tail here to kind of tighten it so there will be no gap. Now, congrats, we finished our first row. But yeah, I'm super proud. We're so close to making the whole thing. And now let's make our row. Oh my god. And now let's make our row 2. So we're just going to chain 2 to start the round 2. So yarn over, pull it through the loop on your hook. This is chain 1. Then again, yarn over, pull it through the loop on your hook. And then you can turn your work. And then from now on, we're gonna crochet on the back of the stitches, but you can kind of see where to insert your hook. You can see these little bumps, and here is exactly where we insert our hook. And then if you look at it from the top, you should be going under a V, like here, here, here. So nothing has changed. It's the exact same stitch, and it's just the way that we're inserting it is a tiny bit different. So now let's start by yarning over. Look at your piece from above here. The first V is actually here. I'm pointing it with my middle finger. It's kind of attached to the chain 2, and essentially we're just gonna insert into the bump here, and then you're going under a V, like this. After this, we're gonna yarn over, pull it through the stitch. Now we got 3 loops on our hook. We're gonna yarn over, pull through just the first 2 loops. Now we're left with 2 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through rest of the 2 loops. now essentially we're just going to make 1 double crochet on each and every stitch all across here. So we're just going to yarn over and then insert your hook into the next bump, and then you can see that there's V's on the top. You should just go under the V like this, and then yarn over, pull through. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops, and we're left with 2 loops, yarn over, pull through the rest of the 2 loops like this. Then we're gonna do it again, yarn over, insert a hook into the next bump here, and then do it again. We have made 3 double crochet now, and we're just going to continue making this until the end. And if you're doing the filling, it's the exact same thing, just in a different color and different number of stitches. And then do it again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next one. Then again. Now I'm at the end of my round 2, where you can just unlock the stitch marker and then place our last stitch in that space. It's a little tricky, that's why we put the stitch marker, but make sure you still make that stitch, and then just this. And now as we have finished our round 2, we can just finish this piece off. We finish off by chaining 1, so yarn over, pull it through the loop on your hook, and then pull a big loop like this, and then just cut it from here. And then now you should go ahead and make the filling, and it's the exact same steps, just going to be a little bit shorter like this and in a different color. Remember to start by chaining 27, and you'll have 25 chains in total. So now let's make the topping and the cream part, and I'll be using color 01. So this time we're going to make a round. It's a little bit different to start the project. First we're going to make the magic ring instead of the slip knot. So to make the magic ring, first we're going to place the yarn on our fingers, then we're going to point like a gun, and then we're going to wrap the yarn around my 2 fingers like twice. So bring the yarn on top of the 2 fingers, and then we're gonna go under, so like this, and then again on top like this. So you should have like a parallel line or like 2 lines. Then we're gonna flip our hands, bring the end of the tail, bring the end of the yarn towards the palm of our hand, and then hold it with our thumb like this. And so you can see that there is a cross at the bottom of our 2 fingers. When you flip over on the top, there'll be like a parallel line. I'm gonna refer this loop as the first loop and this loop as the second loop. And then this part right here, which is connected to the yarn ball, the working yarn, which is coming out from in between my middle finger and my ring finger, that's called the working yarn. So we're going to insert our hook under the first loop like this. Then we're going to go ahead and grab the second loop using our hook. So once we've grabbed onto it, pull it through the first loop like this. Once we've pulled it through, we're going to twist our hook clockwise like this. So as you can see, there's like a little loop on our hook. Then we're going to look at the working yarn here. Slide our hook underneath the working yarn, go over and on top like this, basically wrap the yarn around our hook, then pull it through the loop on our hook. So be careful here, you can do it very slowly, just in case. Just pull it through, and ta-da, here is your magic ring. People say that this is the hardest thing to do as a beginner, so if you've done it, you're way better than a lot of people. So we can just tighten the circle a little bit by pulling the tail. Now we're gonna make 10 half double crochet in this magic ring. We're gonna start by chaining 1. So yarn over, then pull it through the loop on our hook, like this. You might be wondering, what is a half double crochet? It's actually very similar to a double crochet, if not it's easier, so don't worry. It's kind of the same. We start by yarning over first, yarn over, then insert our hook into this ring. Remember that the tail of the ring should be caught on your hook, like this. Then we're going to yarn over again. So yarn over, then pull it through the magic ring. And that would bring up a loop. Now we got 3 loops on our hook. Normally, if you remember, for double crochet, we yarn over, pull through 2 loops at a time. But now we just yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. So yarn over and pull through all of them. Like this. See, I didn't lie when I said it was easier than double crochet. After making the first stitch, we gotta mark this. Oh my god, I got twisted. So look at your stitch from the top. You can see that there is a V. So we're just going to slide our stitch marker underneath the V to mark that as the very first stitch. Then we're going to place 9 more half double crochet into this ring. So now let's do it. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring. Remember, we're just going to go under the yarn tail as well, and then yarn over, then pull it through the ring. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through all 3. Like this. This is our second half double crochet. So now let's do it again. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, then yarn over again, pull it through. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through all of them. Like this. So I'm going to demonstrate this one last time, and I think everybody kind of got the hang of it. Yarn over, insert your hook into the ring, then yarn over, pull it through the ring, and that would bring up a loop. Now we've got 3 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull it through all 3 loops on your hook. Like this. So essentially we're going to repeat this until we have 10 half double crochet in total. So now I've got 10 half double crochet, and you can count by just counting the number of stitches or the number of V's on the top. Then now, as you can see, we still have a very big gap in the middle. All we gotta do is to just pull this tail like this. We are so close to finishing it. We just need to connect it back to the very first stitch here. So we can just take out our stitch marker and then just insert it back to the first stitch like this, going under a V. Then we're going to yarn over and pull through the loop on your hook. Yarn over and just pull through. Now we're going to do a slip stitch. So to do a slip stitch, we do a yarn over first. Now we're going to pull it through the stitch. After pulling it through the stitch, pull it through the loop on your hook. Then this step is very important. Tighten it. And after tightening it, we can go ahead and fasten it off. So to fasten off, chain 1, yarn over, pull it through the loop on your hook. Just pull it like this, pull a big loop, and then just cut it here. So you should have something that looks like this. It's like a circle with 2 tails. Now let's make the cherry, and I'll be using red. So first we're gonna make the slip knot. It's a slip knot exactly like how we started the piece here. So I'm just gonna replay that clip. We're going to grab the end of the tail using our right hand, and with our left hand we're gonna point up 2 fingers. Then we're going to grab this yarn towards the left and then kind of twist your fingers so that the yarn would wrap around your 2 finger once. So you'll see there's a loop on the left and then a tail on the right. Then we're just gonna slide our thumb into the loop like this, and then go ahead and grab the tail and then pull through the loop and then pull everything like this. So after we've made a slip stitch using red color yarn, we are going to pull up the tail to make it a little bit smaller. And now we're going to make 3 chains. So let's tighten it. So to make chains, we're going to yarn over on the working yarn. So yarn over, bring our hook behind the working yarn and over and on top, like this. So the hook is wrapped around our yarn, then pull it through this loop on our hook, like this. And this is our first chain. Then we're going to do this again. Yarn over, bring our hook to the back, over and on top, then pull it through the loop on your hook, like this. And then again, yarn over, and then pull it through the loop on your hook. And ta-da, there you go. Here's 3 chains, and that's all we need. Now we're going to make a bubble stitch. Essentially, we're going to make 3 unfinished double crochet into the first chain, so the chain that's at the bottom here, this one I'm pointing at. Don't worry, I'm going to walk you through very, very slowly, so I'm sure you'll be able to do it. So first, we're going to start by yarning over, bring a hook to the back, over and on top of the working yarn. Basically, wrap the yarn around your hook, and then insert your hook into the very first chain. Insert it, then we're going to yarn over, and then pull it through the first loop, which is the chain. Now we got 3 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through the first 2 loops. Yarn over and pull through just the first 2. So I've just pulled through the first 2 loops like this. Normally, for a normal double crochet, we're going to yarn over and pull through the rest of the 2 loops to complete. Because we're doing 3 unfinished double crochet, we're going to continue, so leaving these 2 loops on our hook. So again, pretend we've just finished 1 double crochet. We're going to yarn over, we're going to make another double crochet now. Insert your hook into the exact same chain, so exact same space that you inserted your hook before. After this, yarn over, pull it through the first loop, which is the chain, then pull up a loop. Now we got 4 loops on our hook. We're going to just pull through the first 2 loops. So yarn over, pull through just the first 2. So the first loop and the second loop. And now you're left with 3 loops on your hook. Now we've got the chain 2 on the far right. This is the chain 2 and the 2 unfinished double crochet on the left. Then we're going to do this 1 last time. So yarn over. We're going to make our 3rd unfinished double crochet. Insert your hook into the first chain. It might be a little bit tight, so just be a little bit patient and do it slowly. Yarn over, pull it through the first chain. Now we have 5 loops on our hook, like this. We're just going to yarn over, pull through just the first 2 loops. So yarn over, pull through the first 2. Oh my god, that was close. So now we've got 4 loops in total. So after we've finished 3 unfinished double crochet, we go ahead and yarn over and pull through all of the stitches. So yarn over, pull through all of them, like this. As you can see, it's become a little like puff thingy. Now we're going to chain 1. So yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook, like this. After pulling through all the loops, we're going to go ahead and chain 2. So yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook, then again yarn over, pull through the loop on your hook, like this. So we've got chain 2. Then we're going to go ahead and connect back to the first chain which is at the bottom here. You can see this is where all the stitches are coming out from. We're just going to insert a hook right into this base right here. So just insert your hook. Then after this, we're gonna make a slip stitch. Bear with me, to do a slip stitch, we need to yarn over. It's very easy, trust me. Then after yarning over, we're gonna pull it through the chain, which is the first loop. So just pull it through. Might be a little bit slightly tight. After you've pulled through, with the loop that we pulled up on the left, we're gonna pull it through the loop on our right, like this. After this, we're going to tighten it, like so. Then we're going to chain one, and we basically have finished our little cherry. So yarn over, pull it through the loop on your hook, and then tighten it. And around this, pull around this much, and then you can just cut it, like this. So this is what we have. It's a little puff thingy. It will look like this. So now we basically have everything. We can go ahead and weave in all the ends, which means hiding all the tails, and then go ahead and assemble them. So first we're gonna do the rolled cake first. Grab one of them, thread the end through the darning needle. Then we're going to go inside the stitches and then hide it there. So just literally like go through any of the random loops that you can get your hook into. Make sure they're like all inside the stitch. You can go check it on the other side and then just go ahead and pull it through. Then we can just cut this end here. Just insert our tail into the darning needle again. Insert your needle into the inside of the stitches. Then like this, and then pull it through. Then we're gonna repeat this on the other piece as well. Then now let's make the cream. And first we're gonna do this by tying a knot. So using these two tails, just tie a knot here. And then you can tie it again. Because we're just going to stick it on, we can just hide it inside. So you can just cut it like this. And with our cherry, I also like to tie a knot like this. Double knot it. After double knotting it, cut the tail here. And then you're basically good to go. So now we're going to get our glue ready. We're going to first glue the cake part. So you can just like try rolling it yourself first to see if you like how it looks. I just like to place the white one on like 5 stitches away, and then I fold it in. So I think this looks pretty good to me, so I'm pretty happy to glue it like this. So I can just go ahead and glue the inside of the flavored layer around here, and then fold the top part in as well. Then for the white part, we also need to glue it. And ta-da, this is your rolled cake. If you like it, you can just end it here, but personally I like to add some topping. So I've got some glue on here, and I'm just gonna place it on top. And after that, I'm also oh my god, you can see it, I'm in my PJ. And then you can stick it on top. So yeah, ta-da, here's your rolled cake. You can add the keychain if you want a keychain at the back. I'm gonna go ahead and make other colors as well because I think this is the cutest thing. It's such a quick and easy make. And remember, if you like our yarn store is finally open, so go get yours now. Stock is very limited. In fact, most of our colors are sold out except for these 2 colors. Drop in the comments what you want to see next. Remember to subscribe and turn on the notification bell because I'll be start posting every single week. Bye! Yum, 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 yum.